Rajon Rondo goes off on unnamed vets, i.e., Dwyane Wade and Jimmy Butler. The Bulls suffered a tough loss Wednesday to the Atlanta Hawks, and after the game, Chicago stars Dwyane Wade and Jimmy Butler unloaded lengthy critiques of their teammates. On Thursday, another member of the team, Rajon Rondo, fired back in an Instagram post that extolled the vets from his Celtics days but left little doubt as to whom he was really addressing. "My vets would never go to the media," Rondo wrote, in a caption accompanying a photo he posted showing him with Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. "They would come to the team."
Rondo played his first A+ seasons in Boston, winning an NBA title and going to another finals with Pierce and Garnett before brief stints with the Mavericks and Kings. He was very pointed in contrasting their approach to what he perceived as that of unnamed vets on his current team, who, given the timing, can be presumed to be Wade and Butler. "My vets didn't pick and choose when they wanted to bring it," Rondo wrote. "They brought it every time they stepped in the gym, whether it was practice or a game. They didn't take days off. My vets didn't care about their numbers. My vets played for the team. When we lost, they wouldn't blame us.
My vets would never go to the media. They would come to the team. My vets didn't pick and choose when they wanted to bring it. They brought it every time they stepped in the gym, whether it was practice or a game. They didn't take days off. My vets didn't care about their numbers. My vets played for the team. When we lost, they wouldn't blame us. They took responsibility and got in the gym. They showed the young guys what it meant to work. Even in Boston, when we had the best record in the league, if we lost a game, you could hear a pin drop on the bus. They showed us the seriousness of the game. My vets didn't have an influence on the coaching staff. They couldn't change the plan because it didn't work for them. I played under one of the greatest coaches, and he held everyone accountable. It takes 1 to 15 to win. When you isolate everyone, you can't win consistently. I may be a lot of things, but I'm not a bad teammate. My goal is to pass what I learned along. The young guys work. They show up. They don't deserve blame. If anything is questionable, it's the leadership." The Bulls blew a late lead in a 119-114 home loss to the Hawks on Wednesday, allowing Atlanta to close the game on a 19-4 run. It was the sixth loss in a 10-game stretch for Chicago, which, at 23-24, is clinging to the final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. "It just doesn't mean enough to guys around here to want to win ballgames," Wade, who had 33 points on 14 of 24 shooting, said following the game, speaking in a measured tone. "It pissed me off, but I can't be frustrated and I can't care too much for these guys. They've got to care for themselves. We have to do better. Guys have to look at themselves in the mirror and say, do you really care enough? Are you putting everything into this for your teammates and for yourself?" Wade continued. "I would say no, but guys have to look themselves in the mirror and see if they are doing that. I'm not at home with people, but I don't know if I see enough guys who really want it. It has to hurt them. I'm 35 years old, I have 3 championships. It shouldn't hurt me more than it hurts these young guys. They have to want it. Coach put the ball in my and Jimmy's hands a lot to make plays, make shots," Wade added in remarks too lengthy to be relayed in full here. NBA.com has more. "That's our job. For the majority of the season we've done it when it counted, when we needed to. I can look at Jimmy and say Jimmy is doing his job. I think Jimmy can look at me and say Dwyane is doing his job. If you are not pissed off after you lose, there's something wrong," Butler, seated nearby in the Bulls locker room, said. "This is your job. This is what you are supposed to love to do, and I don't think that everybody looks at it that way. I want to play with guys who care, who play hard, who want to do well for this organization, who want to win games. Do whatever it takes, just win. Who cares who shot it? When we're winning, everybody looks great, everybody is doing what they are supposed to be doing. I don't think that's happening right now. I understand if you have an open shot, take it, but playing in a game like that offensively, you have to get the ball to your best players. That's just how the game goes," Butler continued. "Let it come down on my shoulders or D. Wade's shoulders. Let us be the reason why. I understand if you are open you have to shoot, but at a time and place when a guy is making shots like he was and I was, I feel like everything was going in." Rondo apparently took exception to the depiction by Wade and Butler as not only having to carry the load for the Bulls, but as that being best for the team. "It takes 1 to 15 to win. When you isolate everyone, you can't win consistently," the 30-year-old point guard wrote. "I may be a lot of things, but I'm not a bad teammate." Wade and Rondo were brought in during the offseason to provide veteran help for Butler, but it hasn't gone smoothly for the latter player, whose minutes have been inconsistent and who was even benched for 5 straight games earlier this month. However, Rondo appears to be less concerned about his performance and more about the example being set by the other high-profile vets in Chicago.